Welcome back to Mark's Ramblings for February. Welcome to February. What does it mean? Winter's almost over? We'll have to wait till Groundhog's Day and Punxsutawney Phil, whether he sees a shadow or not, another day. That's basically meaningless in the Northland. So we won't touch on that, okay? A good movie did come out of it, though. Groundhog Day. Bill Murray. Good movie. Well, recently I heard on television, which apparently I watch too much television, the phrase, actually I was talking to somebody, and they referred to the country going down the tubes, which made me think, not about if the country was going down the tubes, but what tubes are these we speak of when we say going down the tubes? Well, little research, AI, mind you, came up with a definition, at least the most popular definition. Down the tubes slang phrase, meaning a situation, plan, or project has failed or deteriorated rapidly. The phrase likely originated in the United States in the 1960s, with its meaning rooted in plumbing terminology. Euphemistic equivalent of down the drain or down the pan, that's the British term, down the pan, referring to something being lost or ruined as it goes into a sewer pipe or drain. Tubes in the phrase refers to the pipes connected to a lavatory or sink, symbolizing irreversible loss. So, down the tubes. Whether the country's going down the tubes or not, I'll leave that up to you. That paper just went down the tubes, by the way. Actually, in the recycling bin. All right, that brings us to a couple of other things I've heard recently. This one on television, a reporter talking about something having to do with ice, okay? Frozen lake ice was the term used. I don't know what it had to do with, but they were talking about something on the lake ice, but it was frozen lake ice. It's just ice, okay? Or frozen lake. Lake ice. You don't have to be redundant. Let's not be so redundant, okay? Okay. I also heard this. It's a hard nut to swallow. Mixing metaphors, which I don't really mind that because it's kind of humorous. All right, you've probably heard, like, it's not rocket surgery. That's a mixing of metaphors. It's not brain surgery. Okay. It's not rocket science. It's a mixing of metaphors there. So it's a hard nut to swallow. No, it's hard to swallow, or it's a hard nut to crack. A tough nut to crack. Okay. So we're mixing metaphors again. All right. That's, I think that's about it for my mixing of metaphors and questionable things being said by reporters. But I also, something triggered my memory. I don't know why. Crazy things that are said? I don't know. In my youth, what we used to do on Wednesday nights, we'd load up and go to, well, it was Menominee. It was in Wisconsin. And on Wednesday nights, they had a deal. It was college town. Still is. So we'd load up the car and go to Menominee, a certain bar in Menominee. And which shall go nameless, I guess. Okay. I don't even think it's called that anymore. But nonetheless, we'd load up the car. Because why? Well, it's a college town. Popular bar. A lot of people there. But from 8 to 10, they had $2 for $2 cover charge. You could, all the tap beer you could drink. Okay. Now, on the way there, a friend of mine, one of the buds, said, you can't go wrong with this $2 from 8 to 10, free tap beer. All the beer you can drink, well, it wasn't free. You had to pay $2. But he says, and this is the key here, anything after 2 beers, you're making money. Of which I will never forget that. And needless to say, Wednesday nights were very profitable for us. Oh well. So ponder that for a while. That's my ramblings for February, Mark's Ramblings. Next time, it'll be for March, and spring will really be on the way. That's it for me. Bye now.